All right, welcome to this advanced challenge lab from Scalable on AZ500. The title here is Can You Harden Virtual Machines in Azure? And we're going to see what we can do about that. So we're first of all going to be working with network security. So we're going to have a network security group and an application security group protecting a virtual machine. And then we'll also take a look at key vault and VM disk encryption as well. To start off with, we need to create our VNet. So let's go over there. And then the resource group is pre-created for me here. The name for this one is going to be the web VNet. And for IP addresses, we're going to use a 1010 IP range. And then we're going to create a new subnet in there called web. I'm going to use the first 128, or actually in this case, the first 64 addresses. Let's see if I can make this work. There we go. A little bit complicated with the mouse there. All right, that's done. Review and create. Finished. So next, let's create a network security group. Same resource group here, and we're going to call this the web NSG. That's done. And then we want to associate this network security group with our subnet that we just created. Just going to associate through here. And this is the only one we've got. So it's going to take a while. All right. Then let's create an application security group. So this is going to be the target for any kind of rules we have in the network security group. Same resource group, and we're going to call it something like web ASG. All right, that's done. So then let's create our virtual machine. All right, again, the same resource group. Here, we're going to call this VM1. We're going to use Windows 2019 for this one. And the size should be a B2S. Admin username should be Azure admin, and then we're going to have a really cool password. We don't need any input ports open for our purposes here. Then if we go over to the networking tab, we should select the web VNet and then the web subnet in there. That's correct. We don't want to have a network security group directly associated with the network card. And then under monitoring, we disable boot diagnostics. All right, that's done. So a couple of things here. First of all, we need to take down the IP address of our machine so we can try connecting to it. And then we want to associate this virtual machine with our application security group. So the way that we do that is under networking. There is this application security groups item. And here we can add an application security groups. And there's only one that we've just created, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so now we have everything in place. We have a network security group, we have an application security group, and we have a VM. The only thing that's the problem currently is that our network security group doesn't really allow for any traffic, right? So the only thing we have are the default rules that allows inbound traffic from the VNet itself and from a load balancer, and then denies everything else. And then similarly, outbound, we allow outbound traffic within the VNet and then into the internet. And then we deny basically everything else. Okay, so what we want to do here is, first of all, allow HTTP and HTTPS traffic. So the way that we do this is that we add an inbound security rule here. The source is the internet, and then the destination now is an application security group, right? Which one? Well, the one that we've just created. We could, add HTTP and HTTPS here separately as their own rules, but I like to do that in one rule. So I'm just going to say both ports 80 and 443 are going to be allowed, and I'm going to call this something like allow all web. There we go. Then we need another rule to allow RDP traffic as well. Again, from the internet, we allow to our application security group. And now let's use the pre-created rule here for RDP. And let's call that allow RDP. All right, so now these two rules are here. So basically that means that we should be able to connect to our virtual machine. Let's try that out. Our VM is here, and then we just click on connect. And for our purposes, let's just download the RDP file, and this should now basically work. And it does. Asks for my password. And we are connected. All right, here we are. So let's install IIS. Here I'm going to use PowerShell. Name web server to include not all, but manage. All right, that's done. So let's kill this connection. And next we can try that our HTTP connection is working. Right, so let's just open this IP in a new tab. And yeah, we get the IIS main page here. Perfect. So next up, let's go with encryption. For that, we need to create a key vault. Let's put it in the same resource group again. I'm going to call it KV with the lab number that we have here. Pricing tier standard should be okay. And then we should have to select down here under access configuration that we want disk encryption to be able to use this, okay? So while that is deploying, I'm going to create a Cloud Shell instance to actually enable the encryption on the virtual machine. I'm going to use PowerShell for that. And I don't need a storage account, so I'm just going to do it like this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call the get az key vault command I can just use basically the vault name here, which is this one. I need to copy paste that into here. And then you can see I get all of the information out of it, right? So instead of just displaying it, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually save that into a variable, right? So I'm going to say that, let's call it key vault equals this, the output of this command. And now I can use that in the actual command that I need to do, which is set -azvm disk encryption extension. Disk, yeah, that one. Yeah, we need a resource group name. Our resource group is corp, that one. Then we need the VM name, right? VM name, and that is VM1. And then we need the disk encryption key vault URL, and that is in the variable that we just created. So key vault under vault URI, right? So if you go over here, you can see that there is a vault URI here, and this is the value that we want. So we're just accessing that via the variable. And then the next thing that we need is the disk encryption vault ID. And again, we're going to use our variable here, key vault dot, and this is the resource ID. Oops, not resource ID. Perfect. I think this is all we need. So let's just run this. And then yes, we want this to actually happen. All right, and this is done. And that's basically everything we have for this lab. In case you're unsure about whether it is actually encrypted now, what you can do is do a get azvm disk encryption status. And then just the resource group name, and then the VM name. And that'll show you that now it's encrypted. Perfect. That's everything we have for you in this lab. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next one. Till then.